Hi, I'm Matt Harlow from DJ Case and Associates and Locavore.Guide. I'm here today to talk to you about using events to recruit potential attendees for your new adult hunter and angler training programs. If you think about it, there are a lot of potential obstacles that stand between someone taking a new adult hunter angler training program. How long will the class take? Will I be any good at it? Do I have the right gear? I'm so busy. Everybody's busy. We all know that. I'm afraid of the woods or the water or the dark or coyotes or whatever it is that this person might be afraid of. They don't want to kill anything necessarily. Cutting up the deer or the fish will be so gross. And will I want to eat it if I kill it? So the trick with a recruiting event is to lower this threshold, to create an event that is both desirable and so easy to attend that why would they say no? So what we want to do is you want to make a brief event, an hour, 2 hours, simple, fun, non-threatening. They don't feel like they could look stupid if they made a mistake, because you can't make a mistake at a really simple event. It should be outdoor food oriented, obviously, and it should be in an easy time and place for people to attend. Two kinds of partners, really. There are partners that provide skill and knowledge, like a food co-op or a chef or a fishing guide. And there are partners that essentially just are social partners that provide members or customers who could potentially come to the event. So you could work with either one of these, or maybe a perfect event would be where you worked with a cooking school and a social group so that you got lots of new people, both for you and for the cooking school, to come and attend your event. Key to this is finding the right partner. Your partner could, depending on what kind of partner you find, provide your location, say a restaurant or a cooking school or a shooting range. They could provide help finding attendees with their members or participants. They could provide the actual skill for the event in the event of a partner like a chef or a butcher or a marksman. They could help you with the communications by promoting the event through their own advertising and PR and on their website and things like that. And then obviously, the more different partners you can get for different events, the more exciting the events become and the easier it is for you to recruit new and different people to all those events and get them on your email list when it comes time to recruit for hunter and angler training. The perfect partnership is a two-way street where everybody wins. The partner gains brand and reputation enhancement by associating themselves with wild game and your agency. And you gain exposure to new people, lots of new people, and the ability to attract different people to different events by involving lots of different partners. So I guess that's another thing I would say is if you're going to have 6 events in a year, you might not want to have 6 events with the same partner. You might want to switch it up a little bit so that you're recruiting from different pools. Recruiting event should be, again, as we said earlier, a single standalone event, last maybe 1 to 3 hours. It should be co-branded by all the partners involved, and you want to tap into those partners' networks to recruit attendees. You want to, if possible, work with partners that bring some expertise to the table that you don't have so that you can use it to recruit people that you can't necessarily recruit normally. Also, though, be sure that you've got an agency expert there to talk about the fish or game in question, conservation, recreational opportunities, things of that nature. And both the agency and the partner need to share the workload. It's a two-way street. It's a partnership. We asked locavores in focus groups, what sustainable food-oriented events would you attend? And it was a focus group, so we just had people raise their hands. We asked them about wild edibles, foraging for mushrooms, berries, things like that. Unanimous. Every single person in that room's hand went up in both focus groups. So this is something that I guarantee you your target market's interested in. We ask about a wild fish or game tasting event. Again, maybe 11 out of 12 people's hand went up in both focus groups. This is a popular event. I'm sure it would work for you. A wild fish or game cooking class, again, almost everybody's hand went up. Then we got more specific. We dug in a little bit, asked about a quick introduction to hunting or fishing. I'm going to say half the people's hands went up. And the thing about this is about only half the people in the groups were interested in learning how to hunt or fish. So only half of them would be interested in learning how. So again, you can see the more fun, the less threatening these events are, the more popular they were with the group. Those are the kind of events you want to put together. So one of those popular ones was a wild fish or game tasting event. That's a social event where wild fish or game tasting becomes the theme for a professional or civic group's regular monthly meeting. The attendees come to the event, they get a chance to sample wild game or fish that was prepared in advance by a chef so that you don't need to be in a fancy facility necessarily with a kitchen. Often you'll pair those samples with local food or wine. It's a little more fun. It'll draw a crowd. And lastly, but not least, again, someone should be there from your agency to talk about the species that are being sampled and recreational opportunities and conservation efforts in that area around that species. A little more complicated event is a wild fish or game cooking class. It could be a hands-on class where the participants actually get to cook, or it could be a demonstration class, depending mostly on the sort of facility you can get. It's hard to find a facility to do a hands-on cooking class for very many people. Again, a series of standalone sessions. Even if you find a chef that's willing to teach 6 cooking classes in a year, we recommend that the people sign up for these individually so you can get more different people to attend. Keep it short again, 2 to 3 hours. You obviously need time to cook the dish in question. You feature one type of meat or fish at an event. So it could be a venison event. It could even be a venison loin event if you wanted to drill down really specific, or a bluegill event, but there's one sort of protein that they get to sample. And as always, you're going to want to have an expert there from your agency to talk about the species and recreational opportunities and conservation right there in that area, and tie the two together, maybe even plug your new adult hunter and angler training program. Some other types of recruiting events that have a lot of potential: an introduction to kayak fishing. Kayak fishing is one of the fastest growing outdoor activities. And one of the beauties of it is it turns a lot of existing kayakers into new anglers, which is exactly what your agency needs. You could partner with a local kayak shop. It improves their reputation by being an expert in fishing and by being involved with you. They might sell some gear. They might even get to sell a boat. You, on the other hand, get new potential attendees for your program and new licensed anglers, because some people might go right from the fishing clinic at the kayak dealership and throw a line in the water. A foraging event. Natural interest to anyone who cares about local sustainable food is local sustainable food that they can just wander out into the country and pick for themselves. It's an easy first step, and it's a first step into the woods, especially if you're dealing with urban people. They may not get a lot of chances to wander around in the woods, so any chance that you can give them to be out in the woods and experience nature is a step closer to taking up hunting or fishing. And there are many state, county, or local parks that already have some kind of foraging program in place, so maybe you can piggyback right on their existing effort, and you help them, they help you. Again, everybody wins. That's what a partnership is. A gear event. So this is an event where you partner with a sporting goods store. You have a discussion on the gear that someone needs to take up hunting or fishing. Your partner gains, again, the expertise of being associated with you. Some potential new customers might come into their store and they might even make a few sales. You gain a reputation for being considerate of the new hunter or angler by trying to help them through this first big step. and also, again, new potential program participants, which is, after all, what this is all about. If you think about it, it's a numbers game. Say you've got a partner that has 500 people on his email list. They promote an event well, 100 people come to that event. If you do that 7 times in a year, that's 700 potential attendees. So you've got a pool of 700 people when you stop to actually try and recruit to fill your hunter angler training program, which may only need 25 participants. So again, it's a secret here, a low hurdle event several times through the year to fill that funnel so that you've got a nice group of people to recruit your program participants from at the end of the year. That's it for today. We hope you enjoyed this. There are lots of videos like this on Locavore.Guide that are targeted at you, and tons of materials to help you turn locavores in your state into happy hunter or anglers. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you next time.